What is going on, everybody? DJ Minds here. Boy, oh boy, today was an incredible day. It doesn't really matter what market you're interested in. You're certainly seeing crypto go insane. You're seeing the stock world go crazy, and that really makes the rest of the world, the macro for what the US is doing is making the micro, just the whole world, get excited. And that's awesome to see. If you didn't know, that's because there was a 90-day tariff pause. And so I'm, checking out crypto just like I always do, in the morning, sometimes midday, and I'm checking it as I'm going home. And dang, man, I just see this godly candle, this crazy candle. And I was like, this has to be tariff related. And guess what? It was tariff related. So it's really exciting to see. At one point, I saw Bitcoin up like 12%. We got up to 83,600, which was insane. And I'm just looking at all these big cryptos, Solana, Dogecoin, Ethereum. It doesn't even matter what it is at the point. I'm seeing meme coins go crazy again. And I'm looking at stocks, and stocks are going even crazier than crypto. At one point, I think it closed at 22.69% or something like that for Tesla, just shy of 23%. Apple, 15%. Even Netflix, 8%. I mean, there's massive gains. Nvidia didn't really matter what it was. And so then I got to thinking, as I was kind of thinking about yesterday on my Discord and stuff, and I was like, I wonder if crypto mining hardware is going to go up, because the prices really haven't gone down, at least from what I've seen, not a whole lot. So that's what we're going to be talking about is the crypto side, right? The crypto mining side. Is this something that's going to change? Please check out today's video sponsor, Crypto Miner Bros, your one-stop shop for every ASIC company that you could ever want. Gold Shell, Volk Miner, AlphaPex, Ice River, Cannon, Bitmain, Flu Miner, IB Link, and many more. I've been using Crypto Miner Bros for over 2 years now, and they have some of the best selection and prices that I've seen of any other website. Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Ethereum, Caspa, Aleo, full-size ASICs, at-home ASICs. Make sure to use code DJ Minds to support the channel, but ultimately to save you $70 on most ASIC prices from Crypto Miner Bros. And let's get back to the video. Okay, so here is that insane candle, man. It just happened. Like, let's see, about 1600. So yeah, right after I got home, somewhere in between these two, I just saw this go crazy, man. And it's really exciting to see, because at the bottom here, we're seeing about 75. Yeah, so 75 up to that 76,000 zone. And then, it's kind of cooled off to just shy of 83. So, wow, man. And yesterday I did announce that I bought some more Bitcoin at 76,600. And of course, there's some people like, it's going to 50K. And, there's a lot of people who don't want to buy the dip. And I understand a lot of people don't want to buy the dip. I've been doing this a really long time, not just crypto related, but like, when these kind of things happen, like COVID or maybe the housing crash, which I wasn't part of. But when these things happen, I like to buy, especially when it's like multiple days of just going down and down and down. I like the dollar cost average. I like the DCA. I like to buy a little bit. If I had $10,000, I wouldn't spend it all in one time, but I certainly like to take advantage of it. And I gotta say, that Bitcoin we bought yesterday, it's probably like $2,500 worth. Nothing too crazy, but I'm sure it's up a lot. And this is good, right? Because we always talk about the bad. We can finally talk about something good, and it's looking really great, man. You can see it again: Ethereum, XRP, BNB, Cardano, anything you can think of, pretty much. I mean, LTC, man, LTC's been doing really bad, to be honest with you. LTC's been doing really bad, getting down to like $70. Dogecoin was above 16 cents for quite some time. And crypto bubbles, you can see Fart Coin doing really well. I know a lot of people are talking about shorting it, but it's like, why would you short it when it's so low? I'm not really into the memes myself, but you can just see a sea of green, and that's amazing, right? So Bitcoin, wow, still almost 10% gains. But again, Tesla here, man, wild stuff. 22%, almost at $300. Ethereum at 1,643. This sucker, man, I was like, oh man, are we going to 1,200? And who knows what's really going to happen for the long term. Dogecoin again, you can see Solana and everything doing really well. So looking at the mining side of things, man, things are starting to look really nice. And maybe if you're selling every day, hey, or if you've been holding for a while, this might be a good opportunity to consider selling some of that. I don't think I will be selling anything right now, because I unfortunately don't have any good script miners. I do have that mini Doge 3 Plus right now, which I reviewed the other day, but that's about it, right? Looks like Aleo's still doing okay. I don't have any of these, unfortunately. $5.47. You can see the L9 16 gigahash is making $7. So certainly not what it was many months ago, but still doing okay. If you didn't get for MSRP, it'd be pretty bummed right now. $8 for the L9. That's the 17 gigahash version. So yeah, certainly nice little boost. And if you're selling every day, I'm sure you're really happy. The AlphaPex DG Hydro, I don't think anybody's getting that. The AlphaPex DG1 Plus though, This one's kind of interesting, but only making $4.70 a day, at 4,000 watts. I mean, that's, God, I mean, the efficiency is really there for sure. Definitely the best that I've seen. It's up there for sure. It's great. It's a great miner, but that's a lot of watts, man, to make $4 a day, unless you're holding it, which some people like to hold, some people don't. I totally understand that. But what would you do? If you had some of these amazing ASICs, would you keep holding? I'm still holding, man. It's a nice boost to 82,000, but it's nothing so crazy, right? It's not like, wow, we're back up to 95, 100,000. With the tariff thing being paused for 90 days, I think it's going to be very bullish in the short term, certainly. Who knows? At the end of it, maybe they'll be done. Maybe they'll even stop it sooner than 90 days, and we'll figure this out. But it's apparent that this is very serious, right? They're taking this very seriously, and there's no stopping with it. The tariffs are going to go through one way or another. Hopefully, we just get to find out what's going on, like concrete answers. This is the date. This is the countries that are affected by whatever, and we could just carry on with our day and really get that bull run started, because the miners, investors, and everything, day traders, they're going to be affected by this. The whole entire world is kind of affected by this right now, especially people who aren't even involved in any of this. You're going to be affected in it in some way or another if you're buying goods at all. I mean, everybody probably at the grocery store is feeling this as well. So definitely let me know how you're feeling this. I'm seeing it a lot as someone who buys things from overseas. Absolutely. There's definitely that big concern with a lot of these miners. Like, a lot of them will say, hey, we include tariffs, but it's like, do you include tariffs with this situation? Or will you have to declare the value higher? Does that put you at a higher risk for doing that? One of the best ways to take advantage of a market crash, definitely just buying the coin. So I understand that if that's what you want to do, your miner's only going to make so much profitability for that day, depending on the hash rate. It's not really going to make more hash rate. I don't think the network difficulty is going to change that much that quickly. So certainly in panics, massive sell-offs. I mean, we were seeing Bitcoin crash, man. We really were, which I shouldn't even say crash, because we're still above the old all-time high, but a lot of people were going crazy about it. And some people are calling for 60K and 67K. And I guess that's possible. Anything's certainly possible. But really on the mining side, how much more can we see? How much more will these prices go down? I don't think there'll be that much, man. If anything, I think they'll go up in value. I think we'll start to see the prices of these go up. A Bidax, this is something I've never had. I would like to get one. I've just never had any of these, but they seem pretty cool. I would definitely be interested in that. But yeah, my hopes have certainly been, yes, we'll get some cheaper miners, but it doesn't look like miner prices are going down that much. So if you're looking to mine or expand or something, personally, not financial advice or anything, I think this is a decent time to buy, simply because, I don't know, I think we're going to go up, and I think the prices will certainly follow as we get closer to 100K and more. And these vendors are going to want more and more for these machines. Again, you can see even with a huge crash, multiple day crash, a week crash, the prices didn't really reflect that at all. And you could argue maybe somewhere, again, you found some cheaper prices, but overall, I didn't feel like it really matched what was going on with the market, and it still hasn't reflected that. But now that things are going up and more positive, I wouldn't be surprised if these started to sell out a lot quicker. And then also maybe the price will even go up. It's really funny because when the prices of these miners come down, people get really greedy and they say, I'm going to buy next week. I'm going to wait till it goes down another $300. And sometimes that works out. And obviously a lot of the times it simply doesn't, because the prices won't come back. But now that things are really at MSRP or around MSRP, I think it's a decent time. But I'm sure a lot of these websites like Crypto Miner Bros or Nhash or whatever you choose to use, they certainly can't get it below a certain point, because maybe Bitmain's not dropping it below that point, or I don't know all the details of exactly how they're getting their pricing, but I'm assuming there's like a baseline, just like with NVIDIA or AMD on their GPUs. Best Buy has a certain price. A lot of these other vendors like Zotac, or back in the day EVGA, it couldn't get below that certain price, unfortunately, of MSRP. So might be as good as it gets. Love to hear from all of you, man. Really excited about this. I do think we're going to continue to rally. That doesn't mean some of the days won't go down and cool off a little bit, but I think we're going to continue to get a little bit more good news. Somewhat worried still overall, but I like to think perma bull, that's kind of my mindset, is eventually everything will work out. I want to show you something, and this is why I have so much conviction. This is the S&P over the last 90 years. If you ever need just one thing to just settle in your mind, will we recover? And obviously this isn't crypto, but this is the one chart that I always look at statistically and say, you know what? we're always going to go up over the course of time. We've survived everything, and it goes all the way back to, let's see, 1928, right? Great Depression, we survived it, not a problem. World War I, didn't matter, not a problem. World War II, didn't matter, right? We go into the 1970s, we got Vietnam, didn't matter. It just, the point is here, man, the dot-com bubble, big crash, right? A couple years later, you recover. You always recover. The housing market crash, fully recovered like it never happened. And COVID, right? Crash, fully recovered. And it just continues to go on. So in my mind, it's not really when or if, it's really more of when we recover. And that's my mindset, man. I'm gonna buy these things. I'm gonna continue to buy. Now, the hardware is a different discussion. Maybe you could say something different, but overall, I know in my mind, it's just the facts. It just always goes up eventually if you hold long enough, but you have to hold good quality stuff like Bitcoin, you know, or Tesla or something large. I'm not saying go out and buy a bunch of lithium miners like I did. That obviously hasn't been the best investment yet. We'll see if it ever recovers. Probably won't, but at the moment, it hasn't been the absolute best. Not absolute best. It's been bad. It's been bad, frankly. So if you made it to the end of the video, go ahead and put in hashtag clock. This is a clock, so it also tells the temperature. Hashtag clock. I'll know you made it to the end of the video. Please check us out on Twitter/X and join us in the Discord. It is free. Link in the description below. I love every single one of you, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. DJ Minds, bullish again. Always bullish. Peace.